I haven't got time to mark this motherfucker. Here we go again. We can't hear anybody. Nobody can talk to anybody.
You guessed it, Pressure Points, with your two favorite hosts. I'm D, and this is Sleeveless Cool Tough Dude AJ. We're coming at you with Season 5, Episode 11, The Changed. It's an AJ episode, so I'm pretty sure you know what to expect, but it's going to be World War II or a serial killer, so strap in and get ready. Find us on Instagram and Twitter at @PointsOPressure.
Well, turn the fucking thing off, you dumbass.
Did you? That was perfect time. I'm getting back into the flow of things.
That was
it only
almost
took 11
perfect
episodes.
Almost perfect timing.
It was good. It was great. I thought I did fantastic.
You could have let it. You could have talked a little slower at the end.
No, I'm practicing because my dream job has always been doing car commercials.
Oh, I was thinking prescription commercials.
Or prescription pills, yeah. Oh, not commercials. Just doing
the prescription pills. Yeah. It's wonderful.
Oh, welcome back.
Yeah, how's your, what you been up to?
Fucking nothing.
Nice.
It's great. My girlfriend went to Colorado this week.
Hell yeah.
So I've done absolutely nothing. I've hung out with the little wiener dog all week, and it's been so nice.
Yeah, you were supposed to come over here like 3 times,
I know.
And you did not at all.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Hey, it's fine. I mean, it's just your house.
It's your house.
Yeah,
but
but
living in it.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
that sounds nice.
Yeah.
And you're still doing your working from home, so that's got to be fucking nice.
Yeah, that's okay. It's becoming more obvious how much of a production style environment it is. But I have my first out of training, like, let's look at your numbers, D. So that happens Tuesday. So I may not have a job after Tuesday if they're bitches. I'll just fucking quit.
Hell yeah.
So we'll see.
That's
But
nice.
yeah, from home, way fucking better. If you have the chance to work from home, just do it.
It is. Even if it's a shit job, it's better than a shit job that you have to
much
commute
better,
to and talk to people.
Honestly, it's so nice being able to just do whatever the fuck I want, like, in between stuff, which is where I'm like, they're going to get after me because they know that it doesn't take 30 minutes for me to leave a voicemail at a high school. I'm like,
No, just
I'm just fucking making lunch on the clock.
Just tell them you got social anxiety, so it takes a minute to type it in.
I have all of my excuses queued up.
Yeah.
This is me we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I have excuses for everything.
Yeah, I've got a list.
They're not good ones.
I've got a list sticky noted to my monitor, so if I'm put on the spot, I can use them because I have been put on the spot before.
You're gonna mix them up one time, and you'll be like, my dog ate my pussy. Wait, no.
I jerked off a dolphin. Fuck.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
How about you? How was your week?
I was trying to think of what I did this week, and I didn't do anything until yesterday, which would be Saturday. Me and my wife.
Fuck you. I fucking hate you.
The stupidest shit. We drove out to a small ghost town in Wyoming. I bought a keg in Wyoming, which is also nice. Just got to get the tap now.
Which, for those of you who don't live in Utah, is actually a higher prosecution rate than moving drugs in from Colorado. Did you know that? They're harder on you if you're bringing in a keg of beer than they are on you bringing in personal amounts of weed.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, this fucking state.
No, all of it is ridiculous. I just got a fucking splinter.
Great.
But, yeah, I mean, hey, that was great.
Yeah, so...
Ghost Town, they had some kilns, some old charcoal kilns, which were really cool to see. Got a bunch of old glass, like the purple glass and the blue glass. Yeah. My wife found the bottle, like, spout, which is so rarely found. She can find anything. It's crazy. Saw a bald eagle, America.
Yeah, I saw that.
Swooped by a falcon, because we were pretty close to its nest, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to go back because in some of the homes, they still have the majority of the floorboards, but you can get under them, and it was still snowy. So I want to go back, bring my metal detector, see if we can't find some cool shit.
Yeah.
'Cause there's some
Dope.
cool shit up there.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to think. I think we found something else. Oh, yeah. I flew my drone all around. Crashed it only once. Go me.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Sick.
So that's my week.
Hey.
Is that one day?
Way more eventful than mine.
Yeah, got 2 tests coming up next week. Didn't study yet.
Nice. Fuck them. Who needs tests?
Who needs them?
Yeah. Who needs school, man? Not
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Hey, if I fail nursing school, I'm doing the podcast full time.
Hey.
So join the Patreon, please.
If you fail nursing school, I'll still be doing the podcast the whole time. Oh, goodness. All right. Well, what's on the menu for today?
All right. We got a couple characters in today's episode.
Yeah, in the studio, you and I.
Couple of characters in here, yeah. So I realized about halfway through writing my notes that this episode is kind of similar to my last one with Fritz.
He realized it when I shamed him for it last
Yeah, that too.
night.
So my next episode will be on World War II or the Cold War. I actually have a wonderful episode lined up. So just put up with this episode, please.
I was stoned. I was angry. It's okay. Do whatever you want, just as long as it's not always true crime.
This one isn't true crime. This
Okay.
Shut up.
Stop screaming
Shut up.
at me.
This is an ACAB episode.
Oh, okay, cool. Fine.
So it's fine.
Yeah, I'm good with it then.
Los Angeles.
Ooh.
We're not actually in Los Angeles yet. I just wanted to say that. Sometimes when I'm walking down the street, if somebody's walking past me, I go, Los Angeles, and keep walking.
Hollywood, 1929.
Actually, 1888. Christine
Are
Collins.
you reading your notes from 2 weeks ago?
Right? So this is weirdly similar to the same time.
You
age.
just crossed out the names and changed
Yeah,
all of
yeah, that's
them.
exactly it. Fuck. So Christine Ida Dune was born
Oh, what a shitty name.
It really is. So, December 14th, 1888. Very boring childhood. Nothing happened.
Based on her name, it does
Nothing
not
fucking
surprise
happened.
me, yeah.
She gets married in 1916 to a guy named Walter Collins.
Oh my god. So the
Super boring
boring
names.
shit continued for Christina Ida Dune.
Well, now it's Christine Collins.
Christine Ida Collins Dune.
And Walter Joseph Collins
God damn.
Sr.
Ugh.
So he was born in 1890. And again, his childhood was a little bit more fucked up. But he was born Walter Joseph Anson. But he had to change his name because he was on the run from the law.
Oh, Walter.
He had quite a criminal past. He did a lot of, robberies. That was his main thing.
What a guy. Damn. Okay,
yeah.
I take back what I said about Walter Collins.
It's because his real last name's Anson.
Yeah,
It's much
it's
more
true,
interesting
yeah.
than Collins.
It's a good point.
No offense to anybody who's got the name Collins.
Yeah, total offense to you. And your
Well, none from
boring-
me.
Your boring fucking name.
I thought you were going to say, and you're poor.
These poors with their last names.
So, yeah, he hid his criminal past from Christine when they got married. So she had no idea. She was like, oh, he's such a stand-up guy going on business trips, when really he's doing fucking armed robbery.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It's great. 1918, they have a kid. So they've been married for 2 years.
What'd they name him? Larry?
Walter
George?
Collins Jr.
No, fucking, oh my
Yeah.
God. I wonder who got to name him.
Yeah, exactly.
Boring ass Christine. That's
So-
what this one should have been called. Boring Christine.
Boring Christine, yeah. So, Walter Sr.
I don't even think I said the episode title in the
I don't think you
intro.
did. You didn't.
No.
You didn't.
Sick. This is whatever the fuck I want it to be.
That's fine.
This is season 5, episode 11. D-fucks. Shit.
That's fine. We won't re-record it. It's okay. Nobody would have noticed. Nobody
Yeah,
listens to the
yeah.
intro.
Everybody skips it anyway.
Yeah. For all our Magic Spoon ads that we put up there. Okay, sorry.
God.
Okay.
I wish we could get sponsored by Magic
Right,
Spoon.
that would be great. I love cereal.
I want to try their cereal.
I do too, but I'm not going to spend money on it because
Yeah.
it's so fucking expensive. It's like $20 a box.
Dude, it's insane.
Not worth it unless it's free.
Yeah. So,
Magic Spoon,
Magic
don't listen to this
Spoon,
episode.
No, listen to this episode. If you want to say good stuff about it, sponsor us, bitches. Magic Spoon sucks. More like Magic Sucky Spoon.
Oh.
Am I right, everybody?
Yeah.
That doesn't buy into YouTube fucking advertisers. Sponsor us.
Please.
I'm
desperate.
Keep going.
Okay, all right. Now we're back to it.
It's a weird sneeze I just had.
Yeah. It's normal. So, a little Freudian slip. Walter Sr. served time in Folsom and San Quentin prisons.
Damn. Okay,
So-
hold on. No, he wouldn't have been there when Johnny Cash performed there.
No. No, he would not.
I had to think for a second, and I was like, no, damn it.
So he was a hardened criminal. He actually seemed like not that horrible.
He doesn't sound like a hardened criminal if Christine is still with him, the most boring woman on the planet.
So his go-to robbery during this time period when he has a kid is going to street conductors, on the the LA trolleys, and shoving a gun in their face and saying, "Give me all your shit." And he would take like watches, their wallets, and everything, and then he would run away. I found a newspaper article before he was caught where it was like, masked gunman robs streetcar carriages, hits 5 in 1 week, or something.
Oh, yeah.
Or it was like, was running away and did not stop even though 5 shots were pointed towards him, maybe wounded.
Man, that's the best thing about having such a boring name is no one suspects a Walter.
Exactly. Nobody.
Yeah.
Walter! That's from a movie. If you name that movie quote, I'll suck your dick. So.
I just answer immediately. This is an ASMR
The Burbs.
episode. Let me lower the microphone.
All right, so 1923, in November, he was caught and sentenced for 5 years for 8 counts of robbery.
Damn. Walt.
Hey, 5 years, he's got a young kid, young family, but, they still got the money back. It's fine.
Oh, I guess that's a good point.
Now, I'm gonna skip ahead because he's in prison for the rest of the story.
Oh, damn, Walter.
But in 1932, he would end up dying in prison for more charges of liver failure. He turned yellow and died.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, like, more criminal charges.
He died.
For more charges, and I was like, wait, what? He got charged for liver failure in prison. Persecutable by death.
All right, now we're going to go back to March 10th, 1928. Okay, I gotta say something here. Something's wrong with my brain. 'Cause you know how in America, how the date is set up month, day, year?
Yeah, it's stupid.
For some reason, in these notes, I put day, month, year. So I have to think about it every time.
That's okay.
But I've never
it's a better
done
way of doing it.
It is, but I've never done it that way before, so I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me.
Yeah, why the fuck would anybody do it? Kind of big, small, really big, rather than small, kind of big, really big?
Have you seen anything that isn't the metric system?
Yeah, I know. It's
All right.
God damn it.
So, Walter Sr.'s in jail. In prison. Not in jail. He's in prison hardcore. He's in Folsom. And
I
Walter
should have gotten the Folsom
Jr.
prison song. Boom, 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 boom.
That would be great. I hear that train a-coming. Except it's a recording of you singing it.
It's just me. I hear the train
a-coming.
Train coming.
Perfect. So Walter Jr. is trying. His mother's trying to give him a as normal a childhood as you could have in 1928 L.A. with your daddy in prison, and he says, "Mom, I want to go see a movie. Let me go to the cinema." She slides him a penny.
One whole dime.
Nope, penny. One penny.
Penny? That's
yeah.
it?
And
Damn.
he walks off to the cinema, which pretty close to their house.
Bitch, she didn't even give him a second one to get, like,
Treats.
a
Popcorn.
tank of gas.
Yeah. Yeah, it was 1928. So, he goes there. It's starting to get dark, which is usually when he comes home. He's not coming home. She starts to get a little worried. She's like, all right, maybe he stopped by at a friend's house. Like, what's going on?
He got drafted.
He got drafted immediately. He joined the German-American Bund. Yeah, but so she goes to all of his like friends' houses and saying, "Hey, anybody seen Walter Jr.? Like, where's he at?"
my son? Where's my son?
Just like that.
Who took my boy?
And the last time he was seen by one of his friends, he was just like at a street corner. It was 5 p.m.
Oh, he was trying to
He
make
had his
more
leg
than a
out.
penny.
No,
Yeah.
no.
It's because she didn't give him enough, so he had to work to get popcorn. He's a working boy.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's not what
That's-
happened.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
That's definitely what happened.
Okay, so he had last been seen on the corner, down on the corner,
5 p.m.,
out in the street.
probably about an hour before she went out looking for him.
Okay.
And she starts panicking. Because in the news recently, there's been a ton of stories of people getting caught, like, there are sirens. I don't like that. They're coming
Great
for me.
timing, yeah.
It's not going to get picked up, but they were just sirens.
I could just barely hear.
Barely. But they, like, one guy got caught dumping a decapitated head of a 12-year-old boy out of his car. Or, like, just dismembered and molested 12-year-old boys and girls have been just found in L.A. during this time period.
In a riverbed with how many, like 200 plus other body parts.
Maybe.
I'm referring to the last episode.
I mean, it was very similar to that.
Yeah.
Like, something about this time period, lots of boys got fucking
Man, it's
murdered.
almost like there was a lot of fucking lead in everything.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. And almost like it was really easy to hide it at this point.
It's as if parents were incredibly abusive to their children, thinking they were teaching them how to be tough or a
man.
quote-unquote man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn it.
But because of the fear, she immediately goes to the cops.
Okay.
And they say, yeah, this is bad because in the news it's bad. So let's launch a campaign. They put his picture into newspapers across the country, which is actually awesome. Like, I'm okay with that. Like,
Yeah, it's
raising
impressive.
awareness, getting that recognition in there is really big.
So the cops were basically saying, yeah, it sounds like it's a big problem, but it's really not. Is that what they were getting at?
I'm just shocked that they didn't say, oh, he's just a runaway. It's just because in the news, people were so worried about this age group
Yeah.
that they said, oh, he fits that. If she goes to the newspaper and says, oh, I went to the cops and they didn't do anything,
Yeah.
we would look really bad. So let's do this.
So they did kind of brush her off.
They did this over-the-top response.
Oh, I see.
They put... There were huge searches across all of California and parts of Nevada. Large newspaper companies printed his picture. It was actually probably the best thing you could have done for a disappearance during that time period.
It's crazy because this little boy actually grew up to be the
Adolf.
Zodiac Killer, a.k.a. Ted Cruz. he's a U.S. Senator now, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, that's true.
Nah, he's too old.
All right,
He'd be
let's
too
finish
old
the
for
episode
this.
here
Yeah,
because you
we
blew it
solved-
open.
We solved who the Zodiac Killer was. A true crime. I will now claim us as a true crime podcast because we solved him.
Because we actually did something. All right, so they actually got a report back during this, and they were like, hey, somebody saw Walter in a car in San Francisco. His body was wrapped in newspapers, but his head was poking out, like they were trying to like hide him. And the guy and the witness said there was a foreign-faced looking man, probably Italian,
I'm gonna be
and
honest.
a woman in the front seat of the car.
I'm going to be honest. If I'm trying to hide someone in my car, I would not let their head stick out of the pile of newspapers
Yeah.
because it's the most recognizable human part on a person. God.
Yeah, I'm convinced that it was a false claim because they went and they interviewed the gas station attendant and they were like, I mean, yeah, it was weird because there was a kid who was wearing newspapers, but I don't think it really was.
It sounds like they were just trailing off. I saw a kid in a car. Yeah, he fits the description. Okay. And he was wearing newspapers.
Well, he's reading the description from the newspaper. They're saying, like, yeah, he was a 12-year-old boy, dark hair, dark eyes. And he was wearing... What was he wearing? Oh, he was wearing...
newspaper.
Newspaper.
And just flaps it.
And then folds it, tosses it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so...
Fucking newspaper. Jesus. It's because his mom didn't give him enough money to buy clothing before he went to the movie.
What a bitch. So Christine and Walter Sr. were super worried because his father had enemies. She's just coming to terms with the fact that her husband is a horrible criminal.
Yeah.
And
Walter is still in prison, right?
Walter's still in prison. So this is technically like... He went in November of 23. So 5 years would be November of 28. And this is March 28.
Oh,
so he's still in for a couple of months. So he's worried that he was kidnapped by some of his enemies he's made.
I was right about to say, I feel like he's the right person to reach out to because maybe he's in fucking Folsom Prison.
They
for
have the
God's
same
sakes.
name.
Yeah.
How stupid could you be? Oh, I have a ton of enemies. I'm going to name my son the same thing I'm called. My alias.
I'm telling you, it was fucking Christine's dumbass idea.
Yeah, so that's wonderful. And the cops got a ton of backlash because basically they did this whole show of, look at all this stuff we're doing.
And
then nothing happened. And
Jesus
they're like,
Christ.
yeah, and like they were just getting a ton of backlash. There were some investigations going on in the LAPD at the time period that I'm going to talk about a little bit later. But 5 months pass.
Okay.
And Walter Jr. is found in Illinois.
Hey!
Across the country.
Working for Al Capone.
Yeah.
He was with an Italian name. And he wasn't wearing newspapers. He was wearing tax receipts.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's definitely it. So they take a picture of this kid because the kid's like in the custody of the police because they are like, let's take some pictures. They had him write out like a note to his mom. They sent it over. The mom got him and they're like, it's him. This is fantastic.
My son.
So she pays $70 to get him flown over to LA. And the cops are like, okay, I know it's great that we found your kid, but we're going to make this into a publicity thing.
She was finally able to afford that plane ticket because she wasn't spending so much money on
a kid.
On fucking movie tickets every week.
Yeah. Penny movie tickets.
It's just, if you stop buying fucking
70,000
avocado
movies
toast in
worth.
Starbucks, you can buy a $70 plane ticket to fly your son home. You know, it's the same premise.
But
good. I'm glad that she made those lifestyle changes.
Yeah, very good. Nobody said inflation would be fun. All right, so they fly him out, and they're like, okay, this is what's going to happen. We're going to have a lot of cops. We're going to do, like, decorations, and then we're going to reunite you guys together in the public eye. And it's going to be this great... Because we found him. The cops did not find him.
No, of course not.
The boy went to a police station in Illinois and said, hey...
Hi, I'm Walter Collins
Jr.
And the Illinois police go, what?
Yeah, pretty much.
And?
What do you want? And tases him.
What do you want, you boring named child?
So the reunion hits. They bring out the kid.
Oh, wow.
And Christine says, this is not my child.
Oh, fuck.
She's like, who is this? Like, he kind of looks like my kid, but this is not my kid. What the fuck's happening? And
this was Walt Collins Jr., but not of the same fucking blood.
So in walks my favorite character in this whole episode, Captain Jones of the LAPD.
I can't wait. Captain Jones.
He's been over the investigation
okay.
this whole time, and she goes to him and says, hey, this isn't my kid. There's something wrong. And he says... no, just go ahead, take him home, and I quote, try the boy out.
What?
She was heavily pressured by this guy.
Ew, okay, pause. We're going to go back to that sentence real quick.
That's not the first time he said that sentence, I am sure.
We're just going to take that boy home and try him out.
Now say it like Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, I was just about to say. He would be cast by fucking Willem Dafoe.
100%.
Why don't you try the boy out?
Ugh, that was too Joker.
Yeah, that was.
I need more Green Goblin.
That was played by Mark Hamill. My bad.
So, yeah, this guy.
Oh, God. Okay.
So she does. She's like, I don't know what to do. So she takes the kid home and is like, who are you?
They just sit across the room from each other, and she goes, "So, Walter, is it?"
No, she's like, who are you? And he's like, I'm Walter Collins Jr. I'm your son.
Oh, God.
She's like, what the
fuck
fuck are you talking about? 3 weeks pass, and she goes back to Captain Jones and says, this still isn't my kid. 3 weeks have passed, still not my kid.
Listen, I've given him like 4 baths, and this face hasn't washed off. I know that this isn't my fucking kid.
So Jones does what any good police officer does and completely escalates the situation in that moment. And, which is just the perfect police tactic. It's just immediate escalation.
Yeah.
He starts yelling at Christine.
Oh, God.
Saying that you're a bad mom. You're making all us cops look bad. Like, you're wrong. She brought dental records that proved that this guy was not her son.
Totally different kid.
And,
all
he's
this
saying,
kid's teeth are fucking sideways.
Well,
she's like, he's not my child. He's a fucking demon.
The dentist literally said, this kid has never seen a dentist, and I have personally put fillings into Walter's teeth.
Oh.
Like, this is obviously a different kid. And so Jones is freaking out, and Jones says, you know what? Fuck you. You're going to the psych ward.
Oh, what?
He sends her under Code 12, which is, during this time period, used to commit someone deemed difficult or an inconvenience.
Man, good thing they saved that kid so that he's a fucking orphan now. Like, what the fuck was the point?
Seriously.
God.
So...
You have your son, but he doesn't have you anymore.
So, yeah, she is sent to a hospital, a psych ward in a hospital in L.A., and I've got a quote from him, from what he said to her.
Uh-huh.
What are you trying to do? Make fools out of us all? Or are you trying to shirk your duty as a mother and have the state provide for your son? You are the most cruel-hearted woman I've ever known. You are a fool.
Now you gotta say it like you're in the 1930s. What are you trying to do, huh?
Make a fool out of us all? Or are you trying to shirk your duty? Yeah.
You're trying to shirk your duties as a mother, huh?
A little more Irish.
Oh, God,
a little more Irish, please.
Really, though.
Make it sound like a... Oh, fuck, what's that video game? An L.A. Noir cop
L.A.
character.
Noir cop.
Yeah.
No, he plays his role a little too seriously in that game.
Yeah?
Yeah, the main
character. I forgot what his name is.
I don't remember his name either.
I've only seen the short
the old
stories. Man? Yeah, the old man. I wish you could see our faces.
Oh, man.
So,
someday this will be a visual thing.
One day. No, probably not.
Yeah.
But
someday when we get replaced with better looking versions
robots.
of ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
In like 100 years.
A hologram.
When we can transfer our beings into beautiful people.
No, we should be VTubers.
Oh, yeah. As
That's
long
just
as I
mocap.
can have, it'll be me, but I'll just have huge boobies.
It'll be me, but I'll be thin. With huge titties.
Listen, no amount of technology is going to be able to fix us.
Yeah, the insulin pump doesn't work.
Virtual insulin pump. Oh, God.
I want to code a virtual insulin pump, and I want to code in my blood sugar getting low.
I can eat whatever I want because I'm always virtually pumping insulin. Oh,
my God. We are really getting off topic really quick. That's okay.
It's your episode. Of course we're going to.
So she's now
she's
in the
a
psych
fucking
ward.
asylum.
Nellie Bly style asylum.
Season 3, episode 10 and 11.
Boom. Really good. And 10 days pass before I saw some articles that give Captain Jones credit for this. He did nothing, but he didn't even want to take...
Sites, though.
Well, pretty much. He did not want to take credit. Or no, he did not want to basically take the kid into custody, so he sent the kid to a psychiatrist and said, is your mom psychologically abusing you? And the psychiatrist gets to the bottom of what's going on.
Okay.
And the kid finally admits that his real name is Arthur Hutchins.
Oh.
He was a runaway from whatever state is north of Illinois. I forgot. I wrote it down and then I erased it.
It would have been fucking Wisconsin.
Something like
or
that.
Michigan, right around there. Indiana.
I don't fucking know.
Probably Indiana.
Indiana sounds right. It might be Montana.
Yeah.
Montana's in that area, maybe? I don't know.
Well, Montana's a little bit west.
Quebec? Is that near there?
The British Columbia. God.
Yeah. So,
Okay, so he's from, like, upper Midwest.
yeah, and he had run away because his mother died, and then he had to go live with his dad and stepmom, who were pretty abusive. So he ran away. He was in a diner in Illinois when somebody was like, "Oh, you look a lot like this kid who disappeared from L.A."
No, he was sitting in a diner in Illinois when a kid wearing a newspaper walked past.
Yeah, wearing a
and he saw the
newspaper
kid's
suit.
face and was like, I think I look like that kid. It was like looking in a mirror.
And so he was like, well, it would be gee willikers, it would be a great idea if I could get to L.A. I can go to Hollywood and meet my favorite actor, Tom Mix.
Wait, is that what he said?
Essentially, you know.
Oh, God.
He wanted to go to L.A. to meet his favorite actor,
God.
whose name was Tom Mix. You know, everybody knows about Tom Mix.
Yeah, Tommy Mix.
Yeah, he was a pre-code for the most part. He made movies 1909 through 1935. 291 movies, with only 9 of them not being silent.
Wow.
And
If you saw all
they were
of
all
his-
westerns.
If you saw all of his movies back in the day, it would cost $2.91
yeah, exactly.
for all of your tickets.
And there's a picture of him on his Wikipedia page where he's wearing a 10-gallon hat.
Tom Mix?
Yeah, and he looks like a fucking pussy slayer. Just
Oh, God, of course he
is
does.
a man.
He's a man's man. Tom Mix.
Yeah, I want you to see his hat. It's really good. Everybody, pause here. Google Tom Mix. Go to his Wikipedia page. I'm gonna be embarrassed if I wasn't looking at his Wikipedia page.
Look at that guy.
Let me show it to me. I want to make sure this is the right one. Yeah, look at that huge hat.
Oh, it's Tom. And that
Yeah.
fucking bow tie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at the duster, though.
Ooh, fancy.
A shotgun coat.
All right, so enough about Tom Mix.
Oh, here he is in a picture with
A little boy.
Christine.
Oh no,
Just
that's
kidding.
Christine. It's a conspiracy. So she gets out because the kid says, "Yeah, I was lying this whole time," and she sues. That's a great hat. All right, get off your phone.
I am.
All right, she gets out and she sues the police
LAPD.
and Jones, specifically
What?
Jones.
Somebody would sue the LAPD, the most reputable police fucking department in the United States? They could do no wrong.
So throughout this investigation, they are getting hit and investigated for corruption, like a very serious corruption charge, which is why Jones is
What?
freaking out.
God,
Yeah.
of course.
Turns out Jones is really fucking corrupt, and he's being investigated.
A police officer?
Pretty much all of them.
What?
But yeah, so that's really good. So yeah, she sues for false imprisonment, and she is awarded $10,800 from Jones for Jones to
Damn.
pay.
$180,000 in today's money.
That's a fuckload of money.
Yeah, but not nearly enough.
No, especially because he never pays. Ever.
Ah, of course he didn't.
Because he's a cop. He's above the law.
Yeah.
So 1929, the following year, a man by the name of Gordon Stewart Northcott, who was, I believe it was 19, was found guilty of the Wineville chicken coop murders. Now, I could spend the next hour and a half dissecting the Wineville chicken coop murders. I'm just going to give you a quick rundown.
Okay. Oh.
Oh, punch the microphone. Gordon,
Speed back and
yeah.
shit.
Gordon and his mom make a farm in Wineville. They're from Canada.
Okay.
His nephew comes down. He starts molesting his nephew.
Those fucking Canadians.
Fucking Canadians. And basically, him, his mother, and his nephew, against his will, lure boys in Walter's age group, about 12, to the farm, He molests them, murders them, sometimes dismembers them, sometimes burns their corpse, sometimes dumps their corpse with quicklime and buries them. Usually in the chicken coop.
Hot.
Yeah.
And this is in California?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think this is south of LA.
No. Wineville is just east of Margaritaville.
You're right. You're right. It's actually adjacent to Rumtown.
It's the older suburb of Margaritaville.
Yeah.
Wineville
Your joke sucks.
Wineville didn't want to be in the same city as Margaritaville College. It was just too much of a party.
It was.
Party
Yeah, and they're more serious than that. They've got some retirees and stuff.
Huh.
And the French. The fucking French. Yeah, so it's expected that at least 20 boys were victims here. Yeah, beat, molest, murder, and then dismember.
And then feed to chickens? I
No,
don't
they would
understand
bury
the
them in the chicken coop
okay.
or something like that.
Oh, okay.
A lot of times the names of these don't actually... It was a chicken farm.
It
was a chicken farm.
Okay.
So
Wineville chicken coop murders.
Yeah, and so Jones is like, yeah, this bitch sued me, but I have to work on this case because I have to.
Because I have
No
$10,000
choice.
that I'm not going to pay to her. That I have to act like I'm making.
And the prosecution is like, maybe Walter was one of these victims. He fits like the MO. And the mother, Gordon's mother, says, oh yeah, he was one of the victims.
Oh, wait. Oh.
And
okay.
then she said, no, he wasn't. I was just saying that.
What?
He was just a 12-year-old boy. They all look the same as whatever.
Put this woman in a fucking asylum.
You are being an inconvenience. Gordon actually said, yeah, he was a victim. And then he said, no, he wasn't. And he was like, yeah, he will. No, he wasn't. Yeah, he was.
Can you imagine the newspapers every other day? It's just fucking switching back and
Pretty
forth.
much. So Gordon was sentenced to death. His mother was sentenced to life in prison.
Okay.
And Gordon, on his deathbed, essentially, on death row, he sent a telegram to Christine directly and said,
oh,
if you come talk to me, I will tell you the truth about your son's death.
But only if you're my final meal.
Blow. Oh.
No. Jesus. My
So-
final blow.
So
They allow that in prison?
Yeah, you can do
Shit.
whatever.
Sign me up.
Conjugal visit. So she's actually one of the very few women who ever interviewed anybody on death row during this, until, like the 60s and the 70s.
Christine finally came around with something interesting about it.
Yeah. So she did. She went in, she interviewed him, and he basically said, I lied on the telegram. I have nothing to do with your son's disappearance, and I don't want to talk to you.
Oh, never mind.
Get out of here.
He goes, you're boring.
You're really boring.
That's all he brought her in to say.
I thought you'd at least be pretty.
He's like, I was drunk when I wrote that, and I realized when you showed up how fucking insufferably boring you are. You went to an asylum. Have something interesting about you.
Yeah, besides, the kid and suing the cops and false imprisonment. I'd say she's pretty interesting now.
Nah, she definitely is now.
Let's see. Yeah, but basically, there was no evidence of Walter being on that farm anywhere.
Okay.
And the state actually dropped the charge of Walter being one of the victims. They said, we don't have any evidence of it, so probably not. Also, geographically, they, Gordon hunted in a different area.
Oh, I see.
He wasn't in downtown LA. He was kind of around the farm kind of thing.
Yeah.
He would say, oh, hey, come work on my farm. I'll give you 10 movie tickets.
A whole dime.
Yeah. A shiny nickel.
Oh, God.
And the cops, cops don't care about evidence.
No, never.
So, despite the fact that the state did not pursue the charge, Jones basically acted like the case was closed.
Oh, God.
We know who did it. She took it to court to complain to the police commission.
Yeah.
About all the wrongdoings.
Just because he wasn't a victim of this doesn't mean that his case is closed. It opens his case back up, you fucks.
Well, she was pissed because there was no discipline to Jones even after being
No,
sued.
of course not.
He wasn't even like suspended or anything. So she's going to like the commission. She's brought along her witnesses of her friends, her dentist who has the records, doing all this shit to basically say, why the fuck is Jones still here?
Where's my kid? Also, what
He hasn't
the fuck is this
paid
guy
yet.
doing? Yeah.
And this guy's still just on the street, like, and you guys aren't doing anything.
No, of course not.
And eventually it took just a large amount of public outcry from her to cause him to be suspended, probably with pay.
Oh, damn it. He's
Suspended,
still
not fired.
Suspended, though.
But getting paid to sit on your ass.
I know, but at least he's not there, I guess.
I guess
it's better. It's better than
now
nothing.
he has more free time to go harass people on the street.
Fair. Ugh.
He probably knows exactly where Walter is. He probably did
Probably
it.
took him, yeah.
All right.
He coerced someone
took
into
that
saying
boy
he was
home to
wearing
try him
newspaper.
out.
Yeah. Oh God, really though. Why don't you do what I did and try him out?
So basically, she takes the next couple of years. She's trying to get the money because she wants the money so that she can keep searching for her kid. Mm-hmm. Her husband is probably dead in prison at this point. Like,
or at least somebody's bitch. Like he's been there for a while.
Well, he's not providing monetarily for the family.
Yeah, no, not at all.
So she's working. She's trying to do anything she can to investigate this guy. When a boy appears, who was abducted by Gordon, and they thought he was dead. Turns out he had escaped, and he just didn't come forward or anything.
Nothing like a sense of false hope to keep the story going.
No, so it did give her hope. She was like,
of course, yeah.
This guy survived. Even if, like,
Then
maybe my
son
kid
could be,
is still out there somewhere. She spent the next 35 years in and out of courtrooms trying to make Jones pay, increasing the amount by interest.
Yeah.
Never got a cent.
Jesus.
And died in 1964, destitute.
Jesus. And none of it surprises me. It's like no offense to Christine, but like, your son's probably fucking dead.
Well, yeah.
But at the same time, fucking Captain McDougal fuck needs to pay.
Yeah, he has been ordered by the court multiple times to pay, but because he was a cop...
Yeah, to any officers that are listening to this, fuck you. But yeah, he should pay. Regardless, whether you're a cop or whether you're
a bootlicker,
an ex-murderer, U.S. senator, you need to pay your fucking... Like, you have to pay when you found guilty for that shit.
If you do not pay, then you are circumnavigating the justice system of which you are supposed to uphold.
It's almost as if they uphold it unless
it inconveniences them specifically.
Yeah, Jesus. Good Lord, man.
So that's the sad story of Christine, the most boring woman on the planet.
Okay, well now I feel kind of bad for calling her the
I
most
knew you
boring
would.
woman.
That's why I didn't stop it.
She died. What year did she die?
64.
Woo! Ripe old age of fucking 76.
Almost 80?
Yeah.
80. She was born
88.
88, yeah.
76. Damn, poor lady.
Yep,
That
never found her kid.
Jesus.
What do you think happened to her kid?
I think he probably just got fucking picked up by somebody that did some awful shit, raped him, murdered him, and then just tossed him.
Yeah.
But realistically speaking, this is like the 20s. I've fucking read The Great Gatsby. Like,
he was probably hit and
people
run.
get away with shit like this all the time.
Yeah. I think there's just a good chance he was picked up and murdered, and they just didn't find the body.
I don't remember what comedian it is, but one of them.
Good time to bring up the comedian.
No, one of them talks about.
It was Louis C.K. He talks about jerking off into a plant.
God. I don't remember what comedian it is. I think it's Harvey Weinstein who said it best. I don't remember which one it is, but they're like cops back in like pre-50s.
They heard you. The sirens are going again.
They're like, cop this. But cops like pre-50s, before they had like forensic evidence with blood, it was so funny because he's all, like, imagine walking into a crime scene and they're like, oh, yeah, there's blood all over in the hallway. It's not the victims. And he goes, oh, that's disgusting. Mop that up. It's just like, fuck. So it wouldn't surprise me in this case if one of those fucking, like, just a body that somebody discovers 30 years later that's completely decayed was Walt Jr.
Yeah, and they had weapons from the chicken coop murders that had victims' blood on them, but because they had no concept of DNA, really,
I don't think that it was
they didn't keep it.
I don't think it was the chicken coop murders.
I think it was too far away. It fits the MO, but this dude wasn't, going down in Main Street, L.A., snapping in his fucking overalls.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, he would stick out like a sore thumb, and people back then would report that shit to the police, which obviously they aren't fucking doing anything about anything anyway. But I just don't think that, like, because when were the chicken coop murders going on?
Same time period.
Same time period. And I'd assume that there were so many missing boys. There was probably somebody out there who loved little boys and was like, well, if they're going missing, this is my opportunity.
Well, yeah.
As terrible as it sounds, it's like that's why you get copycat murders, because one, people are trying to copy it and also get the attention, but two, people see it as a fucking, like, an outlet where they're like, I can do this at the same time. It'll just fall under that. Someone else will get caught for it, and I just got away with it, whatever. They'll just tack it under all their shit. So I think that it probably was the same thing.
Yeah, because the cops would do that. They'd be like, oh, you kidnapped, we got evidence of 3 or 4 kids. You probably did the 20 other in this county.
Yeah, same MO, same fucking victim shit. They didn't have any forensic evidence to go over back then. Like, what the fuck are they going to put it into a scanner? Like, they couldn't do anything.
Yeah, basically
really.
They had blood typing.
Yeah. And when all of the parts are mixed in like that, you're not really going to be able to do a lot of blood typing.
Yeah, not at all.
So yeah, I think somebody just fucking scooped him up and went for it and dumped his body somewhere.
But let's talk about you mentioned it earlier, treating these kids like shit so that they grow up tough.
Oh yeah.
And manly.
Oh, 100%.
But let's also talk about the fact that if you did not respect an adult, you were a shitty little kid and an awful person, and you're going to get whooped. That creates an environment of enabling abuse where this kid could have been standing on that street corner. 2 minutes later, a car rolls up with some dude he's never seen in it.
And the guy just says, fucking car.
Hey, get in the car. I'll go buy you ice cream. And he'll say, okay, I have to trust you because you're an adult, and I've been fucking psychologically conditioned.
Or he even says no, and the guy says, you're going to say no to me? Like,
I'm going to tell your mother.
Yeah, I'm going
to tell your prison daddy.
Your mom sent me to pick you up. Shit like that. Like, it would have been so easy back then, and it's fucking terrifying.
Horrible.
But yeah, it, like, a total, completely fucking broken cultural system based around the idea that respecting your elders is not an option kind of thing. Which
is only an option?
Well, respecting your, like, you can't not respect them back then. Or it's the belt. Like, it was just a fucking broken societal norm.
It was the same thing that was happening to the cops.
Yeah.
It was, you have to respect cops because they're doing all these things for you.
Or they'll send you to an asylum if you disagree with them.
And then meanwhile, they're being investigated for horrible corruption in tandem with gangs and criminals. Like,
honestly, it was just a fucking, like, so focused on respecting authority and seeing elderlies as authority.
Yeah, and it enabled people to do horrible things.
Yeah.
It covered for them.
Man. Thank God we weren't fucking born back then. I would have tried to get kidnapped.
I would have gotten in the car with them and then flipped it on them. I would have raped them.
Oh, God.
Oh, wait, hold on, cut that out.
Oh, God.
No, I mean, I would have murdered them.
No.
I would have murdered them. Wait.
You just break it down to, like, some really precise shit that's going on currently. I would have done what I'm doing now, or what someone else is doing right now.
I would have flipped it on him.
Oh, God. You just hop in. I'm taking you out to ice cream. Just fucking shiv him.
Stab the shit. Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh,
You got Patreon up?
I do.
Bing.
Extend session.
This is why I can never fucking log in.
It's always on.
Yeah.
All right. So, patreon.com/points of pressure. I'm pretty sure that's still the website.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for the support. You let us, pay for our hosting that we have to do and do all sorts of fun stuff. Minnie D. Donnell, chairperson of the PP. You get to go first. Thank you.
Appreciate your help.
And then Abby, AJ's Third Nut, Lindo, D's Nuts,
Not me.
Nordic Thunder, Toddle Waddle, Dark Runner, Haley, and Casey McFacey. Thank you guys so much. You killing it.
Yeah.
I usually say
can't
more
thank
stuff.
you enough. I know we always say it. Got some big things coming. That's just kind of our tagline at this point. But
the giveaway's still going on.
Check out the giveaway.
Link down below.
Patrons, make sure your addresses are up to date. And yeah, find us on Instagram and Twitter @PointsOPressure. If you guys ever have any suggestions for shows, movies, and episode ideas, books,
If you just want to talk.
or if you just want to chat with somebody, message us on socials and I will get to it 3 weeks later. No, I'll get back to you. But yeah, thanks guys. We will catch you guys next Monday.
I'm going to keep recording so that wasn't as impactful.